think I got it going. Yeah. It's good. Sweet. I'm getting better at this each time. Crazy to say out loud. Hey, CRC. Hope you're doing well. Honestly, kind of didn't know what to do today, so figured I'd throw the camera on. Just do some D&D planning, I guess. Yeah, say hi.
Hello. Is your stream sound working?
As far as I can tell, it's working good.
That's good.
Got the Spotify widget running this time, so now I've got extra music in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, my model expressions have stopped working.
Nice.
I do not have the capture windows set up, so I can actually show my planning sheet. That's not the right one. Oh, we need to be louder?
What now?
I'm not... Normally, whenever I talk to chat, I always mute myself in Discord, but I'm not going to do that. So if you hear me schizoing, that's because I'm talking to somebody in chat.
That's fine. Let's get to all you want.
I don't remember. How do I get... I'll figure out how to actually get my thing captured by it. Well, this is going to look great for me. I've got a Word document on my side that I'm actively planning on, but I can't figure out how to make that visible. Well, oh, this is okay. I found it. I just gotta remember how to actually mess with things. program capture work? What? Oh, that's gonna be annoying.
Hmm.
I just tried to copy paste my web browser to capture, but then it just, when I changed the source, it changed the original. Let's again. There we go. There we go. Finally got figured it out. Although I put one of them in front of my face. Oh. Welcome, Fridge Bakura. Question I like to ask all D&D nerds. What's your favorite spell of 4th level or higher? Would you hate me if I said I've never played a spellcaster yet? I've DM'd more than I've played. The Warlock spell list. Fourth level or higher? Ugh. Power word stun. I've only known a kill and heal. Does power word stun? Oh my goodness. Oh, but 8 self spell. If it spells because stuff from chronic power gamer, that's fair. I've kind of caught the role of forever DM, so like, I'm used to reading all sorts of DM material more than I read player material. Wait, spell just called weird? Oh. Legionary Terrors? Huh. I was expecting a spell of that name to not just be pure damage, but... Guys, if you had to create an illusionary terror in somebody's mind to deal 10d10 psychic damage kind of illusions would you put there?
Does that be visual?
It just says illusionary terrors in others' minds.
Like constantly hear every pony.
Oh my god.
Constantly repeating in their head, "Hello, every pony, bazinga."
No, that did just deal 10 psychic or 10d10 psychic damage. It's the same as Phantasmal Killer, but AoE. Clone spell? Try to just think which spell would be funny. Actually, wait a minute. Is it part? Oh, I don't know if it's. Oh, crap, what was it? The Acquisitions Incorporated spells. Oh, damn! It's not. It's not 4th level spell. I was thinking of the. Not that one. Is it Magic Missile? One of these is just like make money, the magic spell. Maybe I'm thinking of the Inside Greed. Or Inside Greed. I thought that was. That's how long it's been since I've read any person spell book, I guess. Well, I guess to fully answer your question, I want to say clone for now. Until I can get a better answer. Yeah, let's go with that. So, for planning. Last time I hosted D&D, my players stopped right before the final room, and I was kind of expecting them to just call it good and not want to have to go find other people. Fortunately, they all had a lot of fun, and they want to continue after this adventure. I gotta figure out what to do. The only things I know that I'm working off of is that they're all going to be 3rd level to start. So I'm thinking of doing an adventure that takes them maybe 4th and 5th level. Something ocean or water themed is kind of the direction they were wanting to take it. Mostly because I asked them like ocean or like rural, like plains theme, and they all said oceans. Unfortunately, I don't know how to start things. So currently, the only thing I have is I need to travel west, find a town, and get on a boat. That's my begin right now. How to get them there, why to get them there, I don't know. Probably should know what players actually are. Hitter Road, player. Start for later is easier. Do that intro. Yeah, honestly, I might just have to do that. Or I might just say screw it and just wing it the day of. They did say they didn't mind if I just have to pick them and pluck them somewhere. Which, as much as I would hate to do that, I'll have to just keep that on the table. So the last thing I had them do is they were fighting a necromancer cult. What I was thinking for this next adventure, so I just pulled a couple of the lines from one of the books. Either getting them thrown in the middle of, like, just kind of minor, like, familial squabble between, like, two merchant families, maybe. Which I think would be interesting. I really want to get better skilled at DMing, so I'm trying to explore different, like, new fields for this. So I kind of want to focus more on roleplay and making NPCs. So I'm just trying to think of some way of doing it. I also like the idea of sea monsters, so I pulled the other point about having some kind of artifact be at the center of it, which logically I think makes sense. Make it so, like, oh, these two merchant families are squabbling. Being a player might give more insight on DMing. It's funny you mentioned that. I'm trying my damnedest to try to play this game more often. Nobody I know who plays D&D wants to DM, and the people who do are pretty disconnected from my, like, interaction. As in, like, I very seldom interact with them, and I really don't do it often. More just acquainted more than actual, like, talk to often friends kind of deal. But yes, I would very much love to play, and that would help me a lot. Chaz, would you ever DM?
DM? Meh. I don't have the brain power.
So I just gotta keep looking, I guess.
I got that barbarian brain.
No harm in that. They have random encounter tables that you just roll on until something coherent happens. Like I was saying, what I was thinking for this one's plot, have them get to this town, some way or some other get roped into the local conflicts, have it somehow culminate into this artifact coming into play, and that's causing real problems for everyone that needs to be sorted out. So I'm thinking, so normally when you do D&D stuff, there's like three main focuses you can do before it gets like way too long or it becomes a multi-session deal. I'm trying to plan this around one thing. So what I'm thinking is, like, the first part of it be get to this place and just roam around, do player and town things. Second main thing being getting involved with the conflict, and that's gonna give them a level up to 4th level. And then have important artifact come into play. Maybe do 5th level. I think it's from the new rule book, where it's like each player has a certain XP value, and that's how you balance your encounters. I'm trying to be a little mindful about how I scale levels. There's games for stuff like that. Part of the idea. There's a lot of other tabletop games other than D&D that I would really love to try. I know there's Pathfinder's the big one. It's the only one I know by name. Uh, but this area just does not have many public game shops. There are game shops. But a lot of what they do is like, oh, pay to enter, and they just host the space. They don't actually host the games. It was where I moved from, but they had public spaces that you could just come in and just kick up at the table that would let you in. So I just gotta get lucky and find a group that does this. I mean, I'm not opposed to playing online. Sure, playing in person's pretty great. But I really don't care. I just want to play. Play Baldur's Gate with you? Oh, of course. I'm still... Chaz and I have got a playthrough, quotation marks active. Isn't that right?
Yep.
We haven't touched it in a while. But I think we're almost done with Act 1. I think the last thing we did was we killed all the goblins in the keep, I think, right? We didn't really play much after that.
No, the last thing we did was the hyena things.
Oh, the gnolls?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's, I don't want to say that's after that, because you can do that before, but that's kind of the region we were in. I know like, as in advancing the story, that was the last thing we did, I meant. Anyway.
Yeah, I think Goblin was the last story thing we did.
Yeah. Anyway, seriously, yeah, I'd love to play with you now that there's crossplay. Because we play on console. But it doesn't matter anymore. Now, I probably should have asked, is the 2 windows I have up, are those big enough to actually read? No, to do real D&D Jason. Yeah, that's what, I think I remember when Baldur's Gate came out, I've heard the D&D spaces did get, a lot of influx of players. I wanna try this. In a couple more times. I'm gonna change my cropping now. I'll probably also just do it this way. There we go. There we go. That should be better now. Um, words. Much as I'd much prefer to use the physical books, I do kind of want to get somewhat used to the new rules, so I have to use this website. Alright, settlements. We just stick the village for now. Relation. GP. What is GP? What is GP value used to? Oh, okay. That's interesting. Let me say this. You know what? I'm gonna say this. It's just a relatively sake of it. That way, in case players want to buy anything, is there something accessible? Say, like, maybe, I don't know, town is traveled, but, like, not a main, like, thoroughway on the coast. Probably don't need to make a map, but I'll probably see if I can find one for the sake of it. Track. Ooh. Trades, fame, calamities, leaders. There's a. I love that tavern names as if it's on the create a settlement charts. That's really one of the only important buildings you have to have. What do I make a place? Alright, question. Chaz,
Yeah.
if you were an adventurer who just either deservedly or not deservedly just got captured by a mercenary clan, but then had to go kill a necromancer cult, and you needed to find a town that you knew wasn't definitely going to do the exact same thing to you. Is there any particular traits you think that would tempt you and not turn you away?
Say again?
How do I make this town not... How do I get the players to actually want to go into this place?
Oh. Obviously, I feel like something's. You have to do something personal, like a direct threat.
To make them not want to avoid it?
Not want to avoid it. I feel like I've given an idea of, like, I don't know, try to make an NPC that like a silly goblin character. And then
I'm looking at this for the sake of, like, just setting the scene more than anything else. So it doesn't have to be too grand, but it also... I'm just praying they just don't want to stay here. That's really all I'm going for. I need to make it so they want to go in, but not want to stay, if that makes sense. Just, you know, something to give a visual taste. I don't want to spend, like, another 45-minute rat room by accident again.
I don't know. I mean, you could just... If you wanted to go in but not really stay, you could just do ruins. Like the town's destroyed. Or do you want the town to be
It's gotta be lived in!
Okay. I don't know. This is why I don't DM.
Tavern is really progress sale of it. You know what? That's actually... You know what? Yeah. I was... I don't remember if I logicked any of the... Oh, actually, no. I was gonna say, if I logicked any of my adventurers to be from the area. But they didn't ever write any real backstories. Which means I'm the one who gets to do that. Let's say the trait of this particular village has an impressive tavern. Uh, let's say I want to write NPCs, but I don't know if that's necessary too much. My dice. Not Narza. Let's pick a number between 1 through 20.
1 through 20? 16.
Okay, again.
13.
You gain my tavern, the Thirsty Horde. Remember the sangria with seasonal berries. Pull up something fun instead of ale. I mean, honestly, it does sound like a killer idea. Let me find the map that... which book did it come from? There's a book that talks about the Sword's Ghost. Probably the Sword Coast Adventure Guide. So right now, this is pretty much the place I've got the adventure that they're on right now. It's that started in this woods. That's pretty much where they are right now, southeast of Baldur's Gate. But I'm probably thinking... So I'm not really just going this for the general ideas. I might just erase Candlekeep off the map or something. Actually, I probably don't even need to do that. Just make, like, wherever they're going, or ending up in this region, probably. Could say it's out of the way enough that it's more of like a random small town gas station more than it is an actual merchant hotspot. That way. Oh. Sorry. That way, when I pull them into like the adventure, that I can have them out in style. It still have something to visualize, because I just like having these kind of visual things. We'll go for later. Random shops.
This gambling Warframe's fun.
Yes, go my favorite shop at D&D, the money lender. Let's go get a loan. I'm actually gonna hold on to that idea for whenever I host an Acquisitions Incorporated adventure. The only thing I know for certain, I need at least some artisan type shop places. So let's just say that would be smith and at least a carpentry Let's just say, oh, just definitely for sure. Anything else, kind of, if I'm feeling in a good mood or not, included. What's a delicatessen? Let's say at least. Definitely Smith, definitely. Infantry, and definitely. Like a deli. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, cool. I'll definitely keep that in mind then, because I probably need to learn how to say that. Like delicacies. Oh, okay, that makes sense now. I thought it was like delicious. It's like delicious maker. um. Well, definitely some kind of just. And then just whatever they need. It might not be over there. One of the two. Like I've got two big adventures planned. Eventually, I'm not sure if it'll be for these people, but I want one adventure set into the Feywild, and I want another adventure where they get hired to go find funny food stuff. Which the example I always use, the good old dragon egg omelet.
A bagel mimic.
Mostly, I really want to do that adventure just because I really want an excuse to talk about food. I don't know why, but I feel like that'd be neat to just research fantasy foods and whatnot. Get creative writing that. Is there any relevant field for this? Ouch. Does the original book say anything about that? I can't believe Lucy just failed walking across the desk. It just completely missed and fell off the side.
There's no brain in that head.
Oh, that poor cat. Now she sits all embarrassed on the computer tablet. Okay, so let's... Looks like this is a lot more impromptu stuff. I've got two religious figures. A shrine is probably important. Yeah. Enjoy your lunch, Cersei. Ooh. Ooh, the random sea encounter. Huh. Oh, I want to see what this is. What is this Sahuagin? Oh, that's cool looking. This is half CR. That's not bad. 2 health. I think the Sea Devils. Territory features. The rulers grow massive and grow multiple arms. That sounds cool. Worship Shark God. Okay, I'm gonna have to remember that. There she goes. So, she was trying so hard to get back onto the desk. She could not make that jump. See, walking across. Should totally get a mount on my phone someday. Oh. I'm distracted by all the possibilities of ship owners. Gonna choose just a little bit more. Perfect. Now I can keep track of things a little better. I'll go back to the random counter tables. Straight up just missed the exact one I was looking for. This one. Wait, actually, isn't there a better chart?
A revenant went down? What the hell?
This one. Oh. Urban Encounters. Truly the most horrid, murderous thing you could possibly run into. 1d6 cats. I know it's stupid to say, but I've always loved that it takes 4 cats 6 seconds to kill the average human. But that's just humorizing a lot of the rules and whatnot. It's a Swedish thing. I feel like I've heard that name before. Oh, are these the house cat dragons? Okay. I'm gonna figure out what on this table might be good for just the party doing something. God, I'm yawning like every 5 seconds. Okay, so that's exactly what I had in mind. Oh, here they are. Okay, guys, you have any ideas on how you kickstart some party into doing plot stuff?
Like, do I have any ideas?
Yeah. Right now,
What now?
trying to find how do I get the party from just being in the town to do whatever they're doing to they're tied up into these two merchant family squabbles? Actually, wait a minute. I think I know somewhere I can get that idea.
Could just do a loud ass argument.
That's almost what I was thinking of. I remember reading the Radiant Citadel book. Has an adventure in it. Say the Radiant Citadel. First. Alright, series of disturbances in a night market. Feud between well-respected merchant families. Earn the trust of the vendors. Find out who's behind the vandalism. Make this. Let me see what that's got. Both families think they're the epitome of being a merchant and think the others have been jealously sabotaging them. Any bustling trade district. Alright. Let's see. Seek a rare treasure, local delicacy, expert artisan. Okay, I could work with that.
Good lord, I've never seen a Revenant go down this often.
Why, what's...
Revenant's the Warframe that can just say no to damage.
Oh.
So it's just funny to see a Warframe that can literally just not take damage going down.
So I think a big part of this already is talking about how lively this market is. I think if I were to go this route, I mean, I could always reflavor it however I need to. I could just take the general gist of it, just scale it up. Um, I could do that, just reflavor. No burgers, no. I'll keep creating for now. So a clan of kobolds is versing with a clan of gnomes. That's an interesting combination. That's kind of pretty funny to think about.
Who would even win that?
Well, the idea is they're merchants, and it's just they're not directly doing anything to each other. It says the current heads of each household are trying to quell that rivalry, but then things only started getting worse for the two of them. So it's it starts out with them. So essentially, like an order of green onions was stolen from the kobolds. So one of the kobolds steals it back from the gnomes, but then the gnomes don't think it was stolen. Interesting. I'm looking at the flavor box, and it's like, whenever you're speaking as the NPC, they talk about who they are and who their family is. I love that they put their merchant families like tagline in it as they are so quite literally as they are fighting somebody. Like, I mean, they're not like actively fighting somebody. This is like after that kind of kerfuffle is over. I just find it funny. They quite literally just like pause to speak with the adventurers as like, oh yeah, I'm this person. This is my business. This is my my business line, and you've solved my problems for me. It's funny because the kobolds own a seafood thing, and the gnomes own like a noodle business. the ultimate reward for this is you get 100 gold pieces and then a lifetime supply of free meals from their business. You know, that would be a really funny reflavor. Not funny, but like a really interesting way to redo this if I changed what the two businesses are. Could make it so like it just gets them a lot of standing with whichever business that is, so they encounter different parts, like different I don't want to say what's the term? Franchises like owned by them, but like of that nature, like, oh, we're like a subset of them. You know, you helped us there, then let's do this here. Not a bad idea. What would I make the two things though? And make it like actually a worthwhile decision to make.
I don't
And
know, would
knowing
be
what
useful.
Go ahead.
Would be useful to the player.
That's a good question, because none of the whenever we first started planning, I told them, like, you don't have to write about, you don't have to make a backstory or anything. This isn't going to be that big of a deal. And then it turns out being a big of a deal, and now I'm the one left filling in the gaps, which I don't mind. I'm having fun with it. I love writing this kind of stuff. It's just tricky to just plan going from nothing. Okay, just throwing random ideas out. What if... So I was just trying to also think about the nature of what kind of places would be all over, but not like common, like a damn McDonald's. I'm thinking have one be representing supplies. So let's just say, like, maybe they're apothecaries, you know, potion makers, or at least acquirers of the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
So then maybe, oh, like this region might have these, like, available ingredients, so this is the kind of stuff they can get you. Or then, like, have the other one be maybe... What's the term? Like, place... I'm trying to think of, like, on the terms of, like, places to stay, but that's not really what I'm looking for. It's more... like a place to recuperate from. I don't want to say a tavern. No, that isn't. But, like... Maybe
Hot
they,
spring,
you know... I don't know if that's the kind of business travel around at.
Yeah.
Or have a regional thing to do. Not regional. That I can just logic be, oh, in this town they have you find a thing of theirs here. I'm thinking something to do with like food and whatnot. But a little bit more than that. But I don't know what would be useful. Because half of my players, they would prefer something that's useful to them as players. The other half, though, they prefer items that's useful for their characters, as in it's more flavor or story-related stuff.
Would exotic animal parts be useful?
I was kind of thinking about that, and I was starting to think, well, I have 2 spellcasters and 2 marshals. Any of them can use different potions. That's easy to do. But you know what, actually? Maybe they're not specifically a certain merchant type, but maybe they're like just like in a business meant around dealing with adventurers. So like maybe they do blade sharpening. Maybe they do like supply stocking. I'm trying to think about like all the different backpacks you get whenever you're starting out as a character. Like all your supply kits, like the Explorer's pack, the Engineer's pack, the Arcanist's pack, those kind of things.
Pack makers.
Essentially. Maybe more suppliers, adventure suppliers. I'll do food stuff later. But I'm gonna write that down. Say... Yeah. Because then... the apothecary would be more useful stuff for the players, then adventure stuff be more useful for characters. Quartermasters or stewards? Yeah, so that's... Quartermasters are like, they are the people who handle gear and stuff, right? Right?
Hmm?
What role do quartermasters usually have? But they're like the people who handle gear and stuff, right?
Yeah. It's usually what they do, yeah?
Gonna...
Make sure
Potion
whatever
supply.
group they're in is usually supplied.
Considering this is a port town, that's not too bad of an idea. That supply management. Okay, then that there's the quick easy term for it. Then, let's... okay, so it pretty much accounts for players not wanting to evolve then and get approached later. Marshy green shirt, high collar, ophilic trim, does that look like interest? That's a very interesting visualization. Spice. So he's the trouble there. Dockmaster might be a good idea for a port town over the shipping good. Yeah, different. What I'm thinking, Cyril, is right now I'm using one of these preset ventures for inspiration. But what I was thinking is let the players decide which group they want to help, and then make it so down the line, if they run into anyone else a part of the same merchant thing, then they'll get like discounts and stuff later, just to throw out, like they would benefit from it later. So that's what I try to figure out, like what is actually a worthwhile decision. Because my first thought was player benefit or character benefit. Like 100% having a potion supplier would be helpful. And also because I could do more with that. Like maybe, I don't know, one of my spellcasters needs spellcasting supplies. Although I don't think I've been enforcing component rules. But I could do more. The other thing I was originally thinking was a hospitality thing. That's when it kind of shifted over to the idea of getting adventure supplies. Which I feel like getting like kits of stuff is slightly more useful than finding just like food rations and whatnot. Maybe the adventurer needs maybe the fighter needs the sword sharpened, or the rogue needs more throwing moves. Stuff like that. I'm gonna write that down for later. I can definitely do more of that. I did some Fae. Cause the disruptions. I'm just trying to think about how this group went when we first played, and how this is kind of laying it out. I mean, of course, I do want to do more ability-based stuff, but also think about ways to get more uses out of abilities that aren't just Perception and Arcana. So that's pretty much the only abilities I asked them to use. Of course, there was also actually, there were no NPCs in the last adventure, so of course they're not going to use any of the roleplay ones. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what this one is. I forgot that was part of this. Were they? In order to get more information as to what's causing the issues, they gotta play in the... That might be interesting. I see what it says. That's funny, there's a pity mechanic tied into it. The character participates and loses all 3 games, they still gain renown. People respect their tenacity. That's a funny little tagline to have. One of the first games, a Spicy Pepper Challenge. It says that violence and magic are not permitted during it, but there's no checks for any magic cast prior to it. I doubt my players would even think to do anything like that, but that would be funny. There it is. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Cheese and pepper. Make a constitution save. they fail by 10 or more, it fails them. Interesting. Trying to think about what my characters are playful wise. I don't remember. I'll have to look later. Roll a d10. Chad, roll a d10.
4.
Common pepper, no special effects. That's funny. If you roll a the max number 10, you get the skull face pepper. It says the spice is intense. For an instant, every participant's face looks like a skull to you. It is unsettling, but has no other effect. With a difficulty class of 20. That's one hell of a pepper. Mischief table. Faye doing Faye things. Battle prawn challenge. Hold on, that sounds cool. It's hold on. What's just the sorry, this threw me off. His first sentence. Sid Squid's trusty leak sponsors Battle Prawns, the shrimpening. It assists in making a gigantic shrimp cake in record time. You love a cooking competition that has a battle arena section. That sounds cool as hell. I actually saw a meme about that once, joking about like at a port town and they're trying to find food. I forget the name of it, but it was a crab shack where you have to go fight your food, and whatever you kill, they cook for you. Would you kill a giant crab for the meat?
Hell yeah.
Exactly, I would.
All that crab meat? Yes, ma'am.
I'm actually kind of curious. I'm a bit sidetracked now. I want to check that. Let's see. Let me just put crab. There is the.
Does D&D have a giant crawfish?
There's a crab. There's the giant crab. There's the hulking crab. There's the huge giant crab, and there's the storm crab. All of those are beasts except the storm one, which is a monstrosity. It's a gargantuan? What is the hell is this? Oh my god.
Is there a gargantuan in the same class as like a Tarrasque? A Tarrasque gargantuan?
Yes, a Tarrasque is a gargantuan monstrosity, but it specifies it's a titan.
Hmm.
Okay, back to the crab subplot. Oh, the picture's the same. Okay. Oh, but the hulking crab doesn't have a picture. How big is this? So, the giant crab is medium. That means they would take up the same space as a person would, which is a 5 square foot square. 13 health, 15 AC, not bad. With 1/8 combat rating, that's probably what I would throw at him. But I'm kind of curious what the hulking crab is. Body of 15 to 20 feet in diameter. $76 health, 17 AC. Good lord. Crab boss fight? Heck yeah. Okay, enough about the crab subplot. Battle already. Thing? You have to prepare a bundle of green tree beans and then slay a jagged boy prawn. Oh, that is straight up just from the book who's looking. That is a very interesting looking creature. The fact that it's big bothers me. Oh, but only 16 health, 15 AC? That's not bad. Prepare the tree beans. It just says that there are various cooking knives present with the dagger stab block, using their own tools or other methods. I'm just imagining summoning like a bunch of something from one of the elemental planes. Chop this plant for me. Even if you can use Mage Hand to help with that, that'd be funny. Each pile has AC 10, HP 15, immunity to cold, poison, and psychic. I love the idea that you're trying to prepare food, and who's a bright idea that uses poison damage?
They want to poison the food.
Oh, it's rendered unusable if it takes acid, fire, lightning, necrotic, or radiant damage. Man, can't just cook. He can't cook the plant with the holy light of the celestial planes.
I can't smite my steak to cook it.
You know what? I'm adding that to the cooking adventure idea. Meat prepared using either radiant or necrotic damage. What would that even do to? What do you think that would do to? Because necrotic damage is the damage like the undead, and usually affects the soul. Radiant damage is essentially the same thing, but for the Celestials, you know, the angelic beasts, the higher planes kind of thing.
I think the necrotic would just make it rot.
You don't think it would turn it like blue cheese or something?
No. I don't think it's gonna turn into blue. I make blue cheese by doing necrotic damage.
That sounds crazy that I was just wait a minute. I said that as a joke. I was like, wait a minute. Necrotic blue cheese? Saving that. I need to start writing these down, I swear. What about Celestial? What now?
I said Dracula Burger is gonna go crazy. What would Radiant
so what do you
do?
think? What would Radiant do to something? Because Radiant damage isn't just like Sure, a lot of healing, I think, only applies to things affected by radiant magic, but... I mean, it's the magic of the paladins, magic of the clerics. Oh, sure. I'll think about that. Back to... back to Adventure Thinking. Let's see, Koi Bronze. Oh, but it uses a giant seahorse block? Okay. Makes it technical. Oh, it makes it... Yeah, it makes it harder to fight. HP 16, AC 14. So if a character gets knocked to 0 HP, it's immediately called off and they're pulled from danger. It's interesting. Seriously, you should totally send Chaz that same name too. So, okay, the goal is to complete both tasks in 6 rounds or less. And more mischief happens afterwards. I had to seek challenge. Oh, they have to seek. I thought like how do you have the players hide? No, they're the ones seeking. Let's go find caterpillars. So I know it's because D&D logic, but I saw that phrase, they can convince a caterpillar to come with them. I'm just thinking like, hey man, you wanna come with me? The caterpillar's like, yeah. And just starts going. But it's talking about using the animal handling ability. Or you can use sleight of hand. Interesting.
Me using Mage Hand to pick up the caterpillar. I just realized my model was starting to get like all messed up and whatnot. I wanted to reset it. Got that better. I made it so my model can turn like left and right as I turn my head, but then also because my camera follows me, it kind of throws off the 0 point a little bit. Hmm. So
it looks like over time I'll start leaning more and more over one way. I try to be funny, seriously. Although I promise that wasn't even intentionally trying to be funny.
How does he keep going down?
This sounds like this would be a pretty fun thing to do. Part of me is thinking, though, if I do stick with, like, if I just rebuff this stuff to be at the level that the players are, because this is a level 1 adventure, and they're at level 3. I think it'd be fun to do this kind of game style thing, and I'd probably fit this plot in further. I'm just trying to think, how do I naturally go from this to the next thing? Because this sounds like this would be its own thing in and of itself, which I don't mind actually doing. I could do this, have this be like an urban, like focus, instead of having this to be a general ocean thing, I could make this a more urban thing. Have the first session of this just be just this. And then try to get it so the next one is, the actual, like, oh, we've got problems. There's sea monsters eating people kind of thing. I'm gonna kind of plan on that for now. Have like this next session be just this stuff. I just have to. Oh, it's gonna be fun trying to. Because my last adventure, I did all the writing of everything myself, adventures and whatnot. But the adventure encounters. So trying to take preset ones and upscale them, but then not accidentally make another rat room.
Rat room.
Honestly, Rat Room was fun. I just wish it did take 45 minutes.
That's funny though.
It was funny. Especially when that one rat got smited with enough damage to insta-kill up to 3 of them. Could fight a crab for a seafood meal, and then sea monsters could fight for their human meal. That is honestly such a hell yeah kind of thing. And that would be a hilarious twist of irony. Like, oh, here, you gotta go fight your seafood. Oh, nope, now the seafood's fighting back. Oh, no! Rubber rope? Oh my god, please don't start that poem. The rat room was like 3 rats jumped out. What?
Rats?
No, don't you dare start.
Crazy?
We'll kick you, and we'll kick you from this call right now.
No.
But, what was rat room? Yeah, they jumped down the hole, 3 rats come out, and then when 1 or 2 of them died, I think it was 2, 3 more rats came out. But then I wasn't expecting them to, although actually I was planning on there being 4 people, and I didn't scale it down to just being 2 people. That was probably a big my bad. I was also not expecting them to constantly be missing their hits like they were, up until they started hitting the nat 20s and overkilling the damn rats. Let's see. Oh yeah, so as you detective things, then you detective more, and people like you more. Neat. A band of adventurers turned business owners? That sounds like so fun. Man, I should really get around to making that Acquisitions Incorporated adventure. Man, this line here is crazy. The whole point of this is you're trying to soothe the 2 vendors fighting each other, but like, it says that neither of them will believe, essentially will believe that it's a completely random third party, unless the third party comes out and says it, or if you show them one of the fake creatures. Like, hey, I know I hired you to go tell me what's going on. And now that you're telling me what's going on, I'm not sure I'm buying it. Since we're talking about merchants, is that technically a pun? Is that phrase? that's... Yeah, exactly. Bought information, but won't buy it. That's... I'm gonna remember that one. Is money? Well, yes, that is. That's an interesting looking creature. Not at all what I was expecting, but totally in line for what the Fae are. They come from mountains and alpine bits. They harass them with thefts and pranks. They venture into settlements by being allured by high-spirited music and sweet foods. Interesting. Alright, let's see. Casting Detect Evil, I think 2 or 3 of my players actually have.
Good.
Gotta bait it out using one of the persimmons. And then persuasion check. Speaking of understand so. That language? Or is that the language of the Fae? There's like 3 versions of this. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 versions of this from... Okay, well, I guess let me do this. Okay, yeah, language of the Fae. What does it say? Centaurs and the Satyrs. There's and the Dryads. Fae. Fae. Okay, well, so that's not possible to figure out how it would work. Found in the mountains, brought into the market. With the dude. Get offered the fruits. Not malicious. I will always love that adventures will always have that, I don't know, just encounters where it's like, if a hostile approach is taken, here's the stat block, here's the teammates. Over initiative. I don't think I have people who is going to reserve violence as first stop. That is kind of something fine. What's a noble stat now? AC 15, HP knocked down. You could take 1 cleave and be on the ground. I do know I need to get better about describing losing HP. Because when I was Last game, I was just pretty much just doing the Baldur's Gate thing, explicitly hitting or explicitly missing, which doesn't quite work as well when just doing pure audio descriptors. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about the cleric with the mace. Just hits out nat 20 and rolls for max damage. You just bring it down, just smack this guy straight to the ground, and then it just cuts to Family Guy death pose. Let's see. I'm definitely thinking this could be definitely something worth adapting. It helps that I actually have this book, so then it makes it a little easier for me to look at and do things with. Shit, my phone's about to die. Need to let me shut the tracking off for it. I probably should pull that up right to do this. One moment. Okay, there we go. Back to just my single cam. I forgot to plug my phone in. You know, I forget it. I'll do that later. I just gotta not be more mindful about where my my model actually ends up. So if I do this, if I go this route, and have this be the thing. I feel like I would take all of the games and whatnot, take all that in. I feel like I would probably not have this other random dude be the problem creator. I don't know though, because a big part of it kind of hinges on getting that kind of information. Oh, actually, wait a minute. No, I could work with this. Because then I could essentially say, assuming I'm doing just the this thing, then I could say, maybe after this plan fails for this dude, he gets more desperate, and that's when Cursed Artifact comes into play. You know what? Yeah, I'm actually gonna. What's the name of this particular show? Salted Legacy. Sorry, I don't know how to spell Citadel. Oh, that should be good now. To-do lists. Not really good with this. So I needed I'm just pronounced the phrase states. That's probably gonna take a little bit more in depth to figure out. Would very much like to do a little more planning on what comes next, but I think I'm gonna pause for that for now. I was gonna do NPC writing. This kind of changes how I'm thinking about it. So I can pretty much say that was part of it. Actually go from that to next. Okay. Idea. So let's just say... Oh my God. Say the adventurers are now renowned for the town. Sea monsters start sea monstering. Okay. Before I do anything else, I do kind of want to take a peek at the Saltmarsh book. Because I know this is all about oceans and sea monsters. This would be the friend. Okay, so Storm eats the ship. Finds an island of tribals worshipping Lol. I feel like that's probably mispronounced. That'd be one heck of a tie-in, though, depending on where it goes with this, considering they are about to take on a priestess worshipping her. An evil octopus trying to destroy the ship. To say evil, I meant giant. It's not evil. Pretty much killed any of the living occupants, -1. Oh, that sounds cool. The climax of this adventure is the party is at like the deepest parts of the ship, but then the octopus attacks again and starts tearing it apart. Ooh, choice to be made. They get paid. They get paid for giving the item back. That's probably might be something worth thinking about. Okay, I am definitely gonna pursue this story. Oh my goodness! Oh. So in this particular story, it's like a merchant lost his stuff, and that one ship had all the valuable stuff in it, and that's what killed his like merchant empire. It says it had a chest in it worth 100,000 gold pieces. That's a hell of a loss to take. But it says it offers the character a fee of 10%, or worth 10,000 gold pieces to get it. That's a lot of money. Does a box have a password block on it? Interesting. So a ship is hired to take over. You know me, Chaz. You know I can't resist the lure of sailing or pirate-related things of any nature.
Yep.
I'm 100% gonna spend 5 hours alone just flushing that sucker out. But that does give me something. Yeah, I was gonna say. But that does give me something to think about moving forward. Because that gives me a way out more than it does a way in terms of the adventure, not specifically of this plot it's going on with. Anyway, let's see what it has for me to work with first of all. A dwarf captain and 30... Yeah, 30 dwarf guards. Wow. That's... my rogue is gonna like that a lot. They get a free loot crate of supplies to equip themselves with, one of which are 2 light crossbows. The one thing that player said about wanting to do was dual wield crossbows for their character. You know, yeah, they're gonna like that. Two healers kits. They already have like 2 or 3 healers kits, so I might have to change some of the stuff here. I think they'd like this adventure. So days at sea, ghost ship comes in. Do we have any sailors or? I don't know of anyone this time. Well, I know last time I posted anything. At least one person had the sailor background. I don't know if they have it this time though. Let's see. Making a nature check. Seegrowing creature. For intelligence? I don't know. This is gonna be a crazy thing to just say. But I don't know if I have an intelligent player. Oh my god, I'm a character! Character!
Man, they all dumb as
Shut up! I said that my model started having a stroke. I just noticed my eye tracking got real messed up. Let me refresh my model real quick. Okay, hopefully that fixes it. I don't know if I have any intelligent characters at the party. Because pretty sure cleric's spellcasting stat is wisdom, I think. Or is it charisma? I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, okay. Clerics use wisdom. So I have high wisdom, and my warlock uses charisma, so high charisma. I don't know what the fighter or the rogue did. I don't think, you know what, I'm gonna just pull up my Roll20 page. So I can actually look at what my party is. Is this the right account? Please tell me it is. Yes, it is. Alright, the characters. What do I got? Got my rogue, which is a soldier. Okay. My cleric, who is a criminal. My fighter is also a soldier. My warlock, who's an acolyte. Yep, that's no sailor. I could probably, I don't know, let them decide if they want to know that or not. Wait a minute, the whole point of me pulling it up was so I could know what their intelligence was. Let's see. Rogue has a +2. Cleric is a +0. Fighter is +0. Warlock is +1. Yep, no intelligence in that party. Alright, I probably should say that, because I think 8 to 10 is like the average everyday person intelligence levels. Less than that, and you're probably going to be the town idiot. More than that, and you're going to be a pretty educated person. Probably keep that in mind for next time I do any writing. I love that it says that the players get ferried there with ropes and hooks to get them on, but it even says that to try to climb without a rope takes a check. Okay, so the ship is only getting close. The little rowboat takes them there, but then immediately dips out, but not too far out. How much is about 200 feet? That's, well, about 70 so yards-ish. Throw a random number. Okay, I can visualize that. I can't believe it. It's been so long since I've actually read anything like ship related. I completely forgot like, these terms. I know there's a part of that here that actually mentions it. You know what? I just kind of thought about it. Since this is like creepy undead ship, I want to find. Let me see what this other guy has. If he has a D&D adventure for that or a soundtrack for that. Underwater suspense. What does this have? There we go. It's creepy music. I need to get better about switching between all the tangents. Alright, back to the deck. No, then, just... Captain's cabin, which is now a shrine to the Spider Queen. Things messed up again. Alright, let's see. Spider Queen. A giant spider pops out. Get spiders. Ettercap. I do not like that one bit. And then a swarm of spider. Ah, insects, why?
Spider.
They're not getting any pictures for that one, let me tell you that right now. I don't know, I might have to reflavor which god this thing is trying to. I'm gonna be completely honest. We'll find. We'll see. I'm sure I can handle it. Maybe, probably, somewhat. Let's see. Small stack of rubies. Oh, 10. So that's. Yeah, there's a get. If they really loot this place, they're gonna get rich. Which would be funny. Let's see, Navigator's Room. Forced open, or just attacked. Man, don't you hate it when the doors are immune to poison and psychic damage? Another giant spider in it at her cap. Geez, you need a passive perception of 17 or higher to not get surprised by them. So it's like you enter the room and there's like pretty much anywhere past the door by about 10 feet. There's so much web on everything. Everything's just in vague shapes. But there is a table that has like visible charts and maps on it, and any player that investigates that table, it's the giant spider and the eder cap are lurking above that, and that's what causes them to jump down and clackety getting attackety. Breaking out in a fight rouses the hungry vermin. More spiders, of course. I should not have put the music on. Let's see. Lower deck and cargo hold. Huh?
What's wrong with the music?
It gives me the ickies every time I think about the spiders. Alright, oh boy. So the entire lower decks are completely filled with sheets of webbing. Ranged attacks made at creatures in those areas are disadvantaged. Any creature from the ship can attempt a stealth check to hide. Okay.
Hey, do you want to judge fashion real quick?
I do like fashion, and I do kind of like judging. Whose fashion is getting judged?
My fashion. The pacifist.
Wait, pull up that. Pretty neat. Like the colors. The flame effects feel a little strong on the tarp, and the head on energy seems a little clashy, but honestly, I don't think it's that big of a problem. Overall, it looks nice.
It just doesn't like the change.
Ah.
I don't know why it's not blending that well.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure this was saying. So there's a doorway that there's like no webs around it, but there's like a secret web kind of across the door. Character walks into that. They get restrained by it, which draws the occupants of the nearby area to it. Oh boy, of course, a room called the Spider Nest. There's 2 giant wolf spiders and an eder cap. And there's 6 swarms of spiders. Oh, there's another. I should have the map pulled up. Come in from the other way, they'll ignore you until you find the deck grate. So pretty much, if you don't pay attention to the grate, or if you don't poke and prod it, stand on it and fall through, it breaks and then you fall down into the water below, which that itself doesn't hurt you. There are ghouls in the water.
Nah, cool.
What are the illegals look like again? Let's see. Oh, yeah, just a type of zombie, pretty much. Oh yeah, undead that have risen from the bodies of cannibals. Food storage. Yeah, I'm sure that's got stuff in it. Ah yes, strung up bones, limbs of humanoids and animals. That sure is food. Maw demons? A mod. Interesting. Interesting. So apparently Maw demons are hunger demons. They eat anything and everything, and then after a certain amount of time when they're resting, they get teleported directly into the stomach of whatever god that they're tied to, which is Yanobu, I think. I'm sure it's pronounced differently, but that's, I think, also the patron god of the gnolls. It does say that these demons tend to follow gnoll bands around, not necessarily because they do anything with them, it's just they just eat the remains they leave behind. But there's also a D8 chart about things you could just pull from their stomach randomly. Just roll a D8.
7.
You just pulled a beehive from their stomach.
Fun.
I love that there's one of these. It's an intact wine skin with wine still in it. Imagine how awesome that would be to kill a demon and then you just pull a wine bottle out of it. It's like, oh hey, do wine. Okay. So you destroy one of these webbed cocoons inside the food storage and Maw demon comes out. That draws the other ones into action, and then they tear their way out of theirs. Alright, the cabin. Of course, the Spider Queen Priestess room does not have these webs. Thank you for lurking, Circe. Hope you feel better soon. So really nothing much to say in the cabin, but this one. Nothing of interest, spiders no threat. Why must it say that There's a room called the Spider Chambers. It says you open the door and hundreds of tiny spiders scuttle for cover. I know it's like the whole thing is that this ship was taken over by Spider Queen cultists. Don't spiders really not like water?
Depends on the spider.
Okay. Well then naturally these would be the spiders that don't mind the water. Good thing this thing gets sent straight back to hell where it belongs, or whatever the... I was going to say the Spider Queen's domain, but that's the Underdark. Send this thing back to the infernal realms where it belongs. Flaming Sphere, that sounds like a fun spell that you don't want to use at the bottom of a ship.
It's Spud time.
Okay, be there in a few.
Yeah. Can I pause? I can't pause. Okay, cool. I guess I'll see you downstairs.
Okay. That's... Those spiders. There's a phase spider. Ah! Had enough of those in Baldur's Gate. Oh. Unless they were unusually quiet. Man, that would be crazy to have their party make it down here stealthily. Shillelagh? That sounds like an interesting spell. Oh. Interesting. Damn, the wizard. The spiders just hides, but then it'll attack the wizard, sorcerer, or any vulnerable character. You can actually convince the dude to just leave. Persuaded to leave. Fighting. If somebody succeeds a DC 20 charisma check, and if they're an orc or a half-orc, they make advantage. Well, I don't know if that's kind of funny. I know there's like loot in practically every room, but where's like the loot kind of loot? Dang, rip the ferry players. In the cargo hold, when there's enough water that it's considered difficult terrain. But if there's for a medium character, but if it's a small character, they have to swim. Well, okay, I guess if they're a ferry character, then they just fly. We are all the small races. I think it's just. Well, I know it's just known. Oh, they don't. Oh, they're not called races anymore, are they? Species. Let's do this. Okay, so pretty much any humanoid is going to be small. Oh, there's the actual small ones. Kobolds, halflings, goblins, gnomes. Ghasts here? I was just undead. So this is not. It's an interesting creature. Character holds their breath automatically, but then they'll start suffocating if they don't get pulled out. Interesting. What does it say? If your claw attack, if it's not an undead, you can set a con save, and if they fail, they become paralyzed. So that's gotta suck. Oh, like, that's really they're there for. Okay, so attacking the undead in the hold attracts the giant octopus that's still kind of around that I totally did not forget about. The octopus represents a real threat, as if the giant, all the spiders, and the bigger spiders, and the spider priest, I mean, as if any of that wasn't a real threat. Okay, maybe. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Don't give the players the luxury of pondering their next moves. Push them to make fast decisions. Ooh, I'm gonna hit them with you have a 15-second decision timer or something. Maybe that's too little, too much. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. That does sound fun, though. Protections. Well. Oh, interesting. But like the octopus is just trying to destroy the ship, not the players, so it is totally fine to just eat right into the water. Then again, it just says there's other things nearby. Assume that any attack rolls hit or not that's triggered any effect text. Oh, I see what it's saying. So pretty much when you're dealing damage, you're literally just explicitly hitting the bitch. There's no point in like trying to roll to hit, you're gonna hit it. But then you're also, it's like this thing's so big, whatever you do is not gonna impact it. Does 20 or more damage, that's what actually slows it. So, from what I understand, if any character can do 20 damage or more in one go, then that means until the next go thing, nobody else has to make any saving throws. So anything left alive is going to try to get out as well. The smart ones actually dive. Interesting. Oh yeah, the big box. Difficult to move. 1 or 2 characters can carry it. DC 12 strength. Or gets dropped. Okay, so at the very least, I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me look my player. I think he has a fairly high strength. Oh no, +0. Oh, who has the strength? I would assume that's the fighter then. Say strength stat. Their strength is 17, so they'd be minus 20. There would be at least one other person to help. Interesting. Okay. So whoever, if there are two people, the second person gets movement. Oh, convenient. Man, this sounds like a really cool sequence. So like the beginning is all about all the whoever's still alive making it to the top. And then from there, it's just getting thrashed around a lot until eventually it just starts to get pulled down. Oh, interesting. So at that point, if the box gets dropped in the water, it just immediately just starts dipping and then just says bye. That would be a really unfortunate thing to have the box make it that far out and then fall down. I guess that's why it's worth 10,000 gold. If, you know, it's gonna take... If you gotta go through all this kind of crap just to get to it, get it out, and then not even that, but just secure it. It is definitely worth... Interesting. That is definitely... I'm definitely gonna go ahead and do it this way instead of having both things be tied to the same adventure. So let me do it this way. Let's say it's... Gem is the Marsh book. Is it not bolding? What did I get the level on this? I guess I could either level them up when they get to the thing, or just say level up after this all happens.
down. Salvage option, let's just say... Two. Okay, that's definitely something. I probably should go ahead and call it here. I've just kind of thought about now, I haven't been really saving my work. But this is definitely a whole lot more work than I had before. And actually gives me something to do whenever I'm bored here now. Yeah. Oh, I probably really should have plugged my phone in. Let's see. Five. I'm ready to leave it again. Why not? All right. This was definitely fun. Thank you for anyone who's hanging out. When Pierre popped in. Don't know when I'll do anything more. For D&D, I mean. Schedule's been so all over the place. Anyone still there? Have a good rest of your day. Stay healthy and hydrated.